Okay, ladies, we get ready to get started. We get ready to get started. All right, we get ready to settle in. How y'all doing? And those that are watching at home, in order for you to comment, you need to subscribe to the channel. Starting next week, we will be on our Womanaires YouTube channel. Yay, that? We are transitioning from Zoom and staying on YouTube. I think YouTube is a really the best fit. Anybody can watch. However, all replays starting after today will be done on the Womanaires YouTube channel. We're gonna pump it up. For those that are just joining us today, let me do a quick check-in. Is that cool? Yeah. So I feel like I'm floating. For those that have been watching me in the last couple of weeks, battle through vertigo, right? I have this thing in my head where I feel like just kind of like doing like content around screw vertigo. Y'all know the word I want to say, right? Like, why is this happening? The different things. But what I learned about it was that I suffer migraines, right? A lot of people don't know that, but I do. And I know I suffer migraines, but I didn't realize how what I ate affected the migraine. And then I didn't realize how the allergies affected migraines. So now I'm not just going for regular migraines because my migraines don't hurt. Can I tell you that? My migraines do not hurt. What my migraines feel like is like if somebody is holding my head underwater and it's just sitting there. So I'm like in constant pain. Poor Lissy was talking to me. So on Monday nights, I do Women of Impact, right, project. Y'all see that on here soon too. And Lissy was driving me home, and she just going a mile a minute, like Lissy does, and trying to get my mind off of what I was feeling. The truth is, I couldn't take in no information. I don't know nothing you said. I heard girlfriend, nephew, son, sister, and when I promise you, the rest was mush. Brain fog is a thing. So for those that don't know, if you are suffering through migraines or you suffering through some kind of weird pain during this season, definitely go check it out. It could be a many, things. But for those that don't know what vertigo is, Jesus. Do y'all remember when you was little and somebody would pick you up and spin you around? Oh God, yeah. And then stand you up, and tell you to stand up, you be like this. Still spinning. Yeah. And you trying to just get it together, right? And then everything comes right back. So did y'all know that there's crystals in your ear that pops out of socket that spin around when it feels like it on its own? And they call that vertigo. So we was purposely giving our kids vertigo. They purposely gave us that when we were little kids. They spin you around so you don't know what you're doing, and it's cool. I know a friend of mine, she used to say, don't spin your kids around, you teach them how to be alcoholics. You're giving them their first taste of being an alcoholic. That's right, because they're sitting, right? So with the vertigo, I woke up the weekend of my birthday. When I tell you, life was so great right before this moment. Life was so great. I just figured out what I wanted to do with Womanaires. I figured out what I want to do with Whip. I figured out what I want to do with Coach Reading the brand. I figured out all the pieces. I know exactly where my money's at. I know where the millions is at. I know how to get all of us a couple of 100,000. We good? And then I woke up and I did what I always do. Get on my computer. I sat down on my bed, put the computer up, did like this, typed this few times, and then all of a sudden, room late. Whoa. Now I don't drink. I don't smoke no weed. I ain't doing no drugs. Maybe had some coffee like 2 days or so before that. That could be it. But the room started leaning, doing this thing like this. And I was like, why I can't keep my eyes straight? Oh, this don't feel good. I tell my son, come help me to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. This was that Friday morning. I get to the hospital. They say, well, we're going to do some pain medicine. Maybe it was the heat because I had the heater on. It was cold. Can you believe how cold it was only 3 weeks ago versus today? So I don't, right? It was cold. And then I was like, well, maybe the heater caused the air to dehydrate, which caused me to have like no oxygen. But I always sleep like this. Makes no sense. But then what makes sense is that the heater sometime at my leg and my office table that I have in my house. Sunday day FaceTime video. Yes, sir. Yes. I showed you to everybody. Want to do it again? Yes, sir. What do you need? Are you sure? Huh. Oh no. Are you okay? Oh, you can do it. You can do it. I told you that. It's gonna be pouring. Can you see me, Canada? You want to tonight? You got to take a course. We went through a lot of storm, right, as people. So the world started spinning, go to the hospital tells me, here's some medicine, just painkillers. We're gonna put it IV. They gave me liquids IV, I felt okay, but something still was off. That night, I'm like, well, maybe it's my house, right? Let me go somewhere else. Spend the night out. That next morning, handle my business for the day. That night, go back home. When I get to bed, the next morning, I wake up. So how you do it? Have you ever been drunk and you close your eyes thinking that it was gonna stop spinning? So you go like this, huh? It made it worse. You just lay down and you're like, oh, it's still spinning. Like if you couldn't sleep through the drunkenness, are you like, bruh, with your eyes closed open? Like, so what happened next was I ended up laying down. And the room started spinning while my eyes were being closed. Like I woke up and then I laid down and then I felt it spin. And it was like, wait, this is too much. Maybe I should take some pain medicine like they gave me yesterday, right? The day before. I go downstairs, I take a Tylenol and I'm sitting in front of the building. It is 50, 40 degrees outside. I'm in like a coat. Poor Taylor had like some thin pants on, but she is my ride or die, right? That's my daughter, she my baby. She like, you all right? It's all right. I didn't want to go take my pants. I was like, just give me some water. I can't see. I need outside air. Like, something's wrong with my room. Maybe the ghost is coming to get me. Like, yo, spiritual warfare is real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to hit the knees some more. Right. It was just a lot. So I go through my day. Later that evening, I go back to the ER. I say, listen, I don't feel well. Both times I went to Metropolitan. I don't feel well. I was spinning earlier. Can y'all check? Well, ma'am, the ER is for emergencies. You don't have an emergency, and we already checked your blood. Everything is fine. We can't do anything. Go home. Cool, not a problem next day. Take care. It's a Monday now. My birthday is that Tuesday. We all know I was leaning on my birthday, right? Birthday that Tuesday. Monday comes. I do Womanaires. I do Whip. I get through Whip. I'm feeling okay. I'm still a little cloudy. All this right here, my sinusitis is messed up. I get to my homegirl at Sephora's. We start talking. She's like, oh, you know what, David, you got sinus issues and, that's cold stuff. I'm like, all right, let me try some stuff. And I don't experiment with nothing because I also suffer hypertrophy. So I was like, all right, I'll take what's a Tylenol? What's Tylenol going to do for you, right? What's that? I take Tylenol all the time. So I was like, I'm going to take a Tylenol. I ended up taking a sinus Tylenol versus the flu and cold that I wanted. But I took it because she like, it might be sinus. I'm like, let me check it out. Take it, whoop. I'm fine. I get home, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to lay down. Let me take the last one and just knock out, right? We clear? Took another one. Took it. When I tell you, not only did I spin, but I ended up in like some weird hot cold flash space. So what people don't know is that I have a very sensitive nervous system due to overdose or overuse of drugs about 10 years ago. So I'm very cautious on everything that I do. Sinus Tylenol has caffeine in it, a lot of it. And I was like, damn, I should have used the Excedrin instead. But it wouldn't have mattered. I had Excedrin early that day and it started weaning off at that time. So I was like, maybe I'll take a sinus. It threw me through not only that, but like I had hot cold flashes. Oh, we're going to ER. I'm spinning. I was not only spinning, I was also still very much so in pain. ER. We get to Mount Sinai. Taylor jump in the ER with me. We outside. It's my birthday. 1 o'clock in the morning on my birthday. We are in the ER, and they're like, "Happy birthday!" I'm like, "Just make the room stop spinning." Like I don't need that right now. Like I'm thinking about all the drinks I'm not gonna have the next day at Sephora. I'm thinking about all the other things I can't do. You know the stuff I need to do for my birthdays. You only get it on your birthday. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right. Just take care of it. So they gave me something called Antivert. The Antivert cleared everything, made everything straight. Woo. But I don't like taking medicine. That whole following next 2 weeks, I've suffered through anxiety. Working, still doing stuff, still trying to make things happen, just suffered. I'm not in pain right now. 2 days ago, I decided to take magnesium. So I've been taking magnesium, which helps to calm the brain. I've also started increasing other vitamins and supplements, starting on vitamin D, vitamin C. Now, listen, Tom, take an iron vitamin. I got that now, but I'm about to take it real quick. So I take all this stuff. However, because it's like, it feels like the vertigo came in my life and farted and left the scent. So me standing here, I'm in a wave. Like I can sit down. As long as I'm moving, I'm fine. So I don't think I'm gonna have a problem like on trains, planes, and not like that. But when I stand still, it feels like a boat. And I'm still. Like how do my body still feel like it's moving? So mama's gonna go see an ENT. I just want to give you a heads up of what happened, why I've been the way I've been, and oh baby, I've been itchy with a B, you know what I'm saying? To everybody, it's like Rima is on a warpath. How can we help her? What is like everybody's Rima, I got you, don't worry about this. I'm like, no, don't do that. I blacked on the whole class the other day. I'm like, you wanna be here? You wanna be in this class? You wanna get out? I was like, anybody say I'm alright, you would leave right now. Like it was real gangster too, because I was just tired. And I was like, what's up? I'm not mad if you leave. Just don't. I said, honestly, and this is just off topic, and we're going to give it to the speaker today. This off topic, I was like, bruh, they took this program over a GED program. Yes, I'm teaching women how to make money, but can you imagine how life-changing it is for someone to get their GED? Yeah. You understand me? I could have still been doing that GED program, but I'm here doing this program with y'all. The least I actually do is show up. And not even if you can't make it, show up with your homework, show up, present, just show up. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. Because somebody right now is still texting me, are you doing that GED program? And I can't. So I was just on my own fields. With that being said, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about fields. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about some of everything. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship. This is the first time she is speaking. Can I tell you a little bit about our speaker, what she means to me? Yes? So this is my neighborhood mama. So, you know, we all got like mamas from different places and stuff. When I was in the shelter, I had a shelter mama. When I first moved here, I had a mama that lived in my building, and then she moved to Connecticut, so she's my Connecticut mama now. And then I had Miss Tanya. She was there with my kids. It was little because it was funny that my oldest and her oldest is the same age. No, My oldest son and her granddaughter are the same age. And then Taylor and her younger grandson is the same age. So they was always in school together, right? So I was like, no, I need somebody to pick up the kids. Because I always was trying to be a work mom. I say, Charlie, and she was there, but it was in the most sensitive times of my life that she was there. After losing my son, it was hard, but I had went straight to drugs. Y'all know that story, right? What y'all don't know is that for 3 years straight, I had really bad anxiety, and so on, all kind of stuff. My brain was done, which I think right now I'm having like some kind of one of those, we coming back to get you kind of things, like, girl, leave me alone, right? But in those seasons, I would talk with her. Like, I didn't have a lot of people to talk to. The phone calls stopped coming. We talked about that, right? Phone calls stopped coming. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody's coming to talk to you. Just stop. But I would see her. She'd open her door, and we would have like a 20-minute chat. And they'd be like, I'm going to see you later. She's like, yeah. We're going to see each other later. Never see each other later. Only see each other outside when she open the door. But while I get my vitamin D, I'm able to express and get some things out my system. So I wanted to honor this space with her presenting to us tonight. I'm so happy. And for those that's online watching, I'm so happy. And Mama, if you don't mind, I would like to introduce you. This is Miss Tanya. Y'all seen her sit in the corner a couple of weeks straight, right? Can I get a hand clap?
Good evening, everybody. Bear with me, I haven't spoken in public amongst people in a long time, so this is a new subject for me, so just bear with me. Okay, so my name is Tanya Allen. I'm 56 years old. As you told me, I'm a grandma, 2 grandkids, and a daughter. My family's been living in Wagner since 1956 in this same building, so I'm familiar with a lot of the older people that was here and used to be here, and some of the kids and stuff that they had around here. I didn't live here all my life. I grew up in Baltimore, but I'm from here. And it was different coming from Baltimore up here and back and forth. Different life. It's quieter down there, it's noisy up here. So I had to adjust, right? And down there it's different because it's considered the South, right? So while I was down there, because I didn't have all the noise and the excitement from up here, I had solitude and silence, right? So I had time to think about what I wanted to do with my life, how my life was going to go. I didn't know. There was no services down there. There was just school, and that was it. So I started to say, well, school is not teaching me, but I think I need to know, to be out in the world, teaching me how to work, but not to be out in the world, right? So I decided to start looking at PBS station. PBS station is where you get all the information from all the different companies because they do charity to put these shows on. I was very intrigued and very interested. The history, with language, with other cultures, with everything, science, tech. So I was there, paying attention to everything that came along. And as I got older, when cable came along, I asked my mom for one thing. I said, Mom, can you just have cable in the house? Because that gave me access to more channels. So I was able to structure my time around TV stations, the Learning Channel, the Discovery Channel, National Geographic, Nova, all of those channels. And I was there looking because I wanted to know why we lived in the conditions that we lived in, what we were missing as far as educational wise, and how I could better myself and the people around me. My mother was addicted to drugs. I said, no, that's not about I want to go, and that's not about I want others behind me to go here. So I had to figure out what can I do. I loved hair, so I went to hair school, finished, of course, right? Then a school came up, it's called Barclay Career School. It was computers. I was already into science and science fiction. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I went to the school, did the coding, didn't know that I was doing the coding, and the docs, which is the black web now. The dark web now, that's the dark system that they're using, the black screen with the type and everything. That's where I started out in computers. Shift F8, Alt F, and so on and so forth. So going to the school one day, we got our paperwork, our Pell Grant. They said that they was paying for room and board for me, but they wasn't sharing that money with me. I'm like, I'm out of here because they scam me. They get money from the government and they're not sharing it with me. So I got out of here. I was like, okay, I'm still interested in tech. I love Star Trek, right? How can I do this? So I just kept on thinking stations, trying to find where I could find out about technology. That's where I started on my journey in technology. So I went through a divorce. I got married, I went through the divorce. Right before I got married, my mother died. So that set me in a tailspin of everything as my whole life changed. So while I was married, I said to my ex-husband, I want a computer. That's all I wanted. I didn't want no jewelry, I didn't want no clothes, no coat. I wanted a computer. So I got the computer, and this is when the net was still early, right? Got on it. You got a type from high school, was on it. Like, okay, I can do this. As the years went on, the only thing I invested in my house was a computer. That's it. My kids, I don't care about their toys. I never bought toys for Christmas. I always bought educational stuff. So everybody in my house had to get their turn on the computer. Learn how to do this, learn how to do that. Make sure that they are mindful of this technology because it's in the house. It's not, wasn't in the school. Y'all know computers just got into school not so long. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this the thing that I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna teach anyone that comes into my circle, invest in a computer. Make sure you got a computer in your house. Make sure you teach your children how to use these computers, right? Because if not, they're not having a job. Because I already seen where technology and computers was going through science fiction. Science fiction will tell you everything that's coming up with computers. You just gotta pay attention. Now I can give you an example of how that is. If anyone are Star Trek fans, y'all remember that flip phone that Captain Kirk used to have? And he used to say, beat me up, Scotty. That's what we're using right now with our cell phones. That signal goes up to the satellites, right? That's where the shit was at, up in space. So anything you want to know about technology, science and science fiction is the place to do your research, right? So my thing with me was, my life is based on research and development. Everything I learned is research and then development. Me developing my skills, me developing my understanding on what I need to know and how to use it. I ran up against the wall when I came up to depression. When I got into depression, I decided that I was gonna do art as my therapy, to do drawing. I don't know how to draw. I still don't know how to draw. I cannot do a face, a body, or nothing. But I let myself just be creative, right? I loved art. I don't know no artist names. I just love work. I just love that people are creative. And it fills me with excitement to see other people create things. So I'm like, okay, I did the drawing thing. I used to put the little poster. I bought everything. Pencils, paint. I did it for the kids and everything too. I used to get the paper and draw myself and put it up and look at it. And I used that as my therapy. Like, oh, you really did that? I don't know what none of my stuff look. I mean, means I don't have, it has no meaning, they have no titles. I just was like, let it flow, right? So I couldn't get it onto the computer. The computer didn't know how to do the lines and stuff that I did on paper. So I'm going to create this stuff, and I'm going to use these still as therapy to create things for my house, right? My little knickknacks, my little things that I can go back and say, I remember when I drew that. That was in this time and that time and this time, so that I can have a roadmap of my life. in case I got dementia or something, so it was very, very interesting to me because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do pottery, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make it like this, I'm gonna make this and that. That never came down. So again, I wanted to put it this way in case I wanted to create something out of it this way. Couldn't find an app that recreated the way that I did it, the lines, how the lines went. Again, how I'm gonna do this. So I started working in the different softwares, just playing around. I was in Windows first. I did Windows first. None of them worked, not one of them. So I went to Apple, iPad. I found software called Procreate. Fell in love with it. Really fell in love. Still couldn't do my designs right, but I fell in love with Procreate because it comes with different brushes, right? And you can buy different brushes and just create whatever you wanted to create. So let me show y'all some of the examples. Yes. Okay, this right here is something. This is something that I drew by hand, right? And what I did was I put this in Gemini, the AI Gemini, because I wanted Gemini to recreate what I did, right? So that I can make it into an NFT. Because an NFT was popular, back in the days. And I'm like, maybe I can sell this as an NFT. Never did it, right? Couldn't do it. Couldn't figure out how to do it. Didn't have the money to do it. But I still needed a way to get my stuff done. So I found one second. This right here is something I created in Procreate. And I put this into Midjourney, right? Midjourney is an AI system that you use prompts. In the prompt, let me show you my prompt. Okay. These are what you call prompts. Beautiful rhyme, smell, scene, amazing signature, foggy. These are some of the key words that you can put into the prompts to create things for you. This right here, the B form, is something that Midjourney uses to structure your images. This here also. So you can make still images and you can make moving images. What I just showed y'all was a moving image. This right here is something that I drew. I put this into Gemini, and Gemini recreated it the way I wanted. But I had to tell Gemini how I wanted it to look. Now, this is something that was going on paper. This is Midjourney, right? This is something that was created in Midjourney using a prompt. This is something that was created in Midjourney using a prompt. So all of these are from a prompt that I put into Midjourney. Some of them was my design that I put in, and once I put the prompt in, these are the images that came out of the prompt. Now, because this was made by Midjourney, I can't sell it as it is. I can't make any money off of it like this. I can put it out there for other people like on streaming sites. But if I want to make money off of it, I have to put it in a drawing software, which is Procreate. There are other drawing softwares that you can use to create things. This one is a Windows base, all right? And this one is called Blender. Here in Blender, you can create sceneries, you can create people. I don't know how to use it, but I have it so that when I want to learn how to do something, I already have it downloaded. Blender is good for use when you want to put something in the metaverse, right? The metaverse is an untapped source of income right now for our community. They are creating so much stuff in the metaverse now. Where it is that if you own what they call property in the metaverse, you can sell that property or you can lease that property to somebody for them to use for whatever, reason. To have people come to visit, you can have a shop. Yeah, like the Sims, that's how the metaverse is kind of like. Right, you can go into the metaverse and go into somebody's area, play games, shop. Remember Travis Scott did a concert in the metaverse? He made a lot of money. He made a lot of money doing that online in the metaverse. Where we at? Ma'am? Get into the metaverse? The metaverse. So the metaverse is based off of cryptocurrency, right? So people use their cryptocurrency to get into people's sites, right? Can't use cash because it's digital. So you have to have cryptocurrency to get into it. You have to mint things to be able to sell it to people that are in the metaverse for them to use it, right? But anything you create, I suggest copyright first, because people steal stuff from other artists all the time, right? But the metaverse, like I said, is really untapped. I'm still working my way into that also, right? I haven't gotten to the metaverse yet. But with these things that I am creating off of these softwares, that's how we get my product or whatever products that I can come up with to go into the metaverse. I haven't even been there yet. I just saw Mark Zuckerberg when he did his introduction to the metaverse, So in the metaverse, say you're in Japan, you're in Hawaii, and she's in Texas. We can all meet in a room in the metaverse and do business, right? We can do meetings there. You can come as yourself, or you can come as an avatar, come as an animal, whatever you choose to represent you in the metaverse, you can come as that, right? So when it comes to the designs that I was showing you guys, when I worked with AI, which when I was working with AI, I went to every last one. I went to Gemini, I went to Chat, I went to Claude, I went to Perplex, I went to every last one of them to make sure that the information that I was getting was correct. Because of course, AI is not perfect. Humans are not perfect. So I made sure that the information was coming up the same because programmers program stuff differently. But it all came up good. And I was like, okay, I can move forward. Right? So today, I went to Union Settlement. Union Settlement is on 104th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. They give classes for free at Union Settlement. They have different things there that you can go and take classes. You need Word, you need home health aid. They just got a whole bunch of stuff down there in this free. So I went down there today to do an AI introduction course. It was only for 3 hours. One of the pastors asked me to look at it. I like where it's paperwork. This is just an explanation of what AI is and what it does, right? Once you pass the paper around, y'all get to understand what I'm talking about. So, AI can help a lot with you structuring what you want to do. You know, if you have ideas, take it to AI. It's an assistant. I know people are like, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Right. Almost everything we do is backwards. Yeah. Well, Gemini is with Google. ChatGPT, Claude. All you have to do is go on.
You'll open up any web browser and you type in, for example, ChatGPT. I use that one a lot. You can type in ChatGPT and then you click on the first link that you see, and then it's gonna say like quote, like what do you want to create? Something. That's easy.
Yeah.
But I use the free version and it's built up.
Right. Well, I paid $20 here because I was OD.
I only ask one question for the day because I'm asking a lot of questions.
Yeah. Listen, you know, I got 20 or 30 pages of one.
When I switch from bidding to them to get check, going to your top.
So I have a list.
Yeah, just a letter.
Yeah.
So the cash you said settlement is for AI or is it for
A whole bunch of stuff.
computer knowledge period?
Yeah. And it's free. It's not always up to date. Okay. You know, Windows is like 11 now. You know, they might be on 10.
But I'm not tech savvy, other than the search and chat conversations that I'm not familiar with computers. Yeah. No.
Give me a second, let me see if I can hook this one up. Now, I was showing you guys the Windows-based software.
Say
Okay, so I can't get this to work on here. So, I'm gonna let y'all scroll through my notes to show y'all everything that I've been doing. This is just to show y'all that I've been actively going to these chats and copy and pasting information. Right, but I took it out of chat and put it in my notes so that I can always go back.
I think that notes for
Chat, Gemini, Claude. Now, the notes consist of everything, right? Have a printout. I would like to show you what the printout, how to help me manage and put everything together. But with Apple, I use Procreate. Like I was saying, the software that I found was Procreate. Let me open it for you guys. While she's looking at that. Okay, this is Procreate. Right, this is stuff that I did in Procreate. Right. These are called graphic design. Right? Now, Right. These are the brushes. Right. Because they have all different kinds of brushes, right? Try it out. Okay, try it out. Find these are the brushes right here. This is the erase. So this also, what are the brushes? Just pick any brush and just do something, anything, right? Um, I like Procreate because while you're drawing something, it records your drawings. Right? It records everything that you do.
Tanya, what's up?
Switch it back to the PC.
You was trying to click on the iPad?
Yeah,
Is it a way to do it to the iPad?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's fine. No, it wouldn't be. It don't have a port.
I don't know. It fits into this, but it's what connects.
So that fits into the ass for the, so why not?
Next to this.
Yeah, that's not an HDMI. This one is connected to this. Hey, y'all, bring it down some, bring it down some. All right, okay. You can leave the HDMI port to that's what's in here. So it's connected to your PC, it can connect to that. So we'll figure out how to port it on there. Because I think that we can get a port like that, we just didn't know. You want to stay here?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, y'all, focus up, focus up.
Okay. I showed you all the mid-journey things already, right? So, some of those things that I have in there, I put into mid-journey, and they created totally different, got a chance to read them, this is telling me what ChatGPT and Gemini can do, right? What to do and what not to do. Um, this is another mid-journey image, right? So I would put in the prompt and tell the prompt what I wanted to do, and it would give me. There was a list I had downloaded. I'm trying to find that list right now, guys. So the list that I'm looking for consists of all the devices and the software that you can use to create things. So the biggest purpose of me saying this to you, is that anything that you can create can be sold, right? anything that you create can be sold. How did I get it? Well, I paid for it, and it's a one-time payment. It doesn't even cost that much. It's probably maybe, I think when I bought it, it was like 20-something dollars, and then that was it. But you can pay for the brushes, the different brushes that I have in there. Some of them come in a pack, they might be $20, $5.99, it depends on, how many brushes that they have in the packages. And you can go to Gundam, well, that's the one I use, Gundam, right? Where Etsy, to buy, brushes in Etsy, because if you go to Etsy, they got so much stuff that they're selling, Yeah. Some of it look trash, but they're selling. Right, they're selling, right? You can also do sketches. If you like designing clothes, you can do sketches. You can sell sketches. You understand what I'm saying? You can, sketches of hats, sketches of shoes. Companies are buying that stuff. You feel me? They're buying it. Some of them, they have production teams that can't think of nothing new. You can create something new and give it to them, and they'll pay you for it. So there's such thing as licensing, right? Now, the printout that I gave you guys, as you see, it has the platforms right here. These are the platforms that you can sell stuff on when you create something, right? So with the designs that I created, I told the AI system that I wanted to do still, this pictures, do motion, which is video, do NFTs, get into the metaverse, like I mentioned, the metaverse, and data training. Data training is when you give the computer an image, the AI image, and it learns from it, right? They're paying you for that. Yeah. Yes, they're paying you for that. Now, when it comes to content creation, like I said, in mid-journey, you can create anything as long as you have the prompts, right? You go into another software, you don't have to be Procreate. It could be Canva, right? And just tweak it a little bit, and it's yours. And you can do content creation. If you go online, you see people that have moving videos and they created their own content. They're making full money to do that. This is streaming. Or you can sell it and license it to a company. It's not a fail-proof way to do it, but we need to get into this money, right? We're not at that. Oh, because it's coming so right. You got to say that coming right here. So, with the Procreate, they also have Appropriate Dreams. Now, the Appropriate Dreams helps you create videos and movies. It's an editing tool, right? That wasn't that much either. It's very cheap, but it's worth it, and you get to do a lot of stuff with it, right? So, learning is not hard, right? Learning how to put it online is a little more difficult, right? Because you have to know how to do the files, like the PNG, the JPG, and so on and so forth, and the CIS, right? Those are the different file names that you gotta use to have it do certain things. If you wanna put it on the metaverse, it has to be this way. If you wanna put it on Etsy, it has to be this way. If you wanna put it on Gundam, it has to be a certain way, right? So, investing in computers and tablets. Some of the stuff you can also do on your phone. They have a Procreate Pocket on your Apple phone. If you have Apple phone, you can edit your, designs on there. Say you like carpets. You can create some designs for some carpets, right? Sell them online. They're doing it. Y'all see the stuff? Some people is making money off of this stuff. You know, I watched this Jamaican girl on YouTube, Shadow Seer. Very interesting. I'm so interested. I want to make a whole movie. Then I'm watching this other guy on YouTube. He has Grandma Gangster. I love it. Right? I want a movie. I want him to make a movie, but he just doing little clips here and little clips there. When he make a movie, people start come see it because he's been already introduced people to the character and the characters. You know, what else? Now, when it comes to content creation, right, I would say go to Midjourney, create some scenery, create some people. Let me see if I don't think I got it. Okay, this is something that I created. And Michael, I mean, that's Midjourney. All right? This is a Midjourney image. I can put this in Midjourney. I think it's years ago. This one was years ago. I can put this in Midjourney, make her walk, you know, make her spin around, you know, make her talk.
Make a dance.
Yeah. Yeah. Off of this one image, I can do so much with this, right? I can create a whole storyline around her. And guess what? AI can create the story for you. And if you want to copyright it and make it yours, you just have to change a few things.
Right.
That's how. Why we can't put our stories out there?
Exactly.
Right? Life, life, life. Your story might help someone. Even if you're not selling anything. Somebody can see what you created and produced and be like, how can we make this a movie? How can we make this a TV series? I'm just, you know, putting it out there that you have to think big when you're doing this. Right? I want the Afro global community. That's where I'm pitching. That's where I'm pitching my stuff to. So that means South America, the UK, that's everybody. I'm not just saying United States. Because what the United States don't like, Africa can like. You know what I'm saying? The Congo can like, you know. So when you're creating things, don't just limit yourself to the vision of America. Right? They so selective and gatekeeping. Other countries, they're looking for new stuff. They're looking for new designs. They're looking for people to create content for them. Because some of them done ran out of ideas. Right? And we sitting on a gold mine of ideas because we're not there yet. But you know, once we get in there, it's what? It's over. It's a wrap. You know, and like graphic design, right? Y'all know people that do graphic design. You know what they do? Copy and paste. That's all graphic designers do. They don't create nothing. They go to a tablet on Adobe, and that's how they create stuff. What if you're creating stuff on Adobe, and you put it on Adobe, and they licensing it from you to use in their graphic design? Everybody's making the same thing, the same faces, the same everything. That's all you see, it's the same thing. My stuff is totally different. Not this, I'm talking about what I did in here. It's totally different than what anybody else did. Because if AI can't reproduce it, then another person can. I can't even reproduce it. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot make another one of what I already made. Because it's not that type of print. Like the type of print that I use, right? It's called a fracture. Oh, I took that. Let me see if I can show you all the fracture. Okay, this one is kind of like a fracture too, right? Maybe I don't see anything that I can get with it, but somebody else can. You know what I'm saying? It depends on your vision,
Right.
right? And we all have our own visions. Create your story. Get on here and create your story. It might not sell today, and it might not sell tomorrow, but down the line, somebody's going to see it, and they're going to be like, I wonder how much this person would charge me to allow me to use this. in my graphic design, or as a logo, or on a banner, for a company. You know, we gotta tap into this money, and we gotta learn how to do this stuff, and teach each other how to do it. Because the gatekeepers are not. It took me. I've been doing this with Midjourney since 2022. Right? I still don't know how to do it, but I know how to copy and paste the prompts, though. I don't know how to write a prompt, but I know how to copy and paste the prompt. When you go to Midjourney now, they don't have the prompts available. I copy and pasted so many of them, I can't even find them. I even got some printed out upstairs, just in case, I come across people that's doing it. And I can't twist nobody. I can tell them, but I can't twist it. Stop buying jewelry. Invest in some of this digital stuff. You understand? And if you can teach yourself, you can teach the next generation, because that's why they look stupid. They don't got nothing to do. Even though they see people create content, those are influencers they've seen. They don't do nothing. To create some content, you gotta have an idea. You gotta put it together. Them influencers is not showing that. They just showing them clothes and big booties. Yeah. We need something that we can create and put in this metaverse today. Right? Because that's where everything is going, right? All the jobs is going to the metaverse. They're doing actual meetings in the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg, the introduction to Meta, that's what he was showing us, right? And it's like The Sims. Almost everybody done played The Sims at least once. The Sims, not you. I know you don't know what The Sims is, but I know that you got some stories. You understand? You got some history behind it. You got some wisdom with you. We need that. We're looking for that. Online, we're looking for our stories. My activism is so different than everybody else. I get people that talk about history, our history. Not American history. Our history. You understand what happened and how and what we can do as a collective. But that's for the unity in the community. Good. Right? We gotta get into that crypto. Invest in that crypto, even if you ain't gonna use it. Get somebody to sit there. Right? Even though it be dropping and going up and dropping, you just have your couple dollars in there. Because when it pops, they stop making dollar money, which is soon. That's gonna be the new currency. I know they was saying, oh, my gold and silver. Who wanna buy from you? I can't grow gold. I can't grow Bitcoin either. But I can use that Bitcoin and I can go on Meta AI and I can grow some stuff in there. I can get a garden in there and be a farmer on there, Just, let's get this money. When I spoke to Rima about this, I wanted to teach the women in the group. She's like, Mom, you gotta help yourself too, right? Because I'm ready for our community. I need some people that I can relate with, like, yo, you can make something today, yeah, it's fire. I can't wait to see you put it up out there. That's what I want to do. I want like-minded people. Yes. I want millionaires around me. So I have to help y'all get millionaires. So I told myself, you can too. Take time, put the time in. Research, YouTube. YouTube show you how to do everything. There's nothing that YouTube don't have if you want to learn something. So the one thing that I would say that helped me The mindset that I have is research and development. Consider your life research and development. And keep that. Keep that mind frame. Anything that's of interest to you, anything that's knowledgeable to you, you can bring that together and create something. But you have to do research. And when you do research, you get into the development stages of learning how to use whatever it is that they have online. Because it's a lot of stuff. I mean, even coding. If you learn coding, do you know what you can create with coding?
I heard that terminology,
Coding, yes. So the schools kind of taught them a little bit, like in elementary school, but they was doing too well, so they stopped. They was picking it up too quick.
but they don't, I don't even think they teach that.
No, they only did it for a couple of years. But the kids was, and they don't even use it.
No.
They don't even want to use it.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't see anything productive coming out of it. They just told them how to do it. They don't know that coding is what programs things. You know? They just like, you know, when you was school, they tell you to learn these, you're like, ah, all right. That's how they work. My grandkids, they know how to code. Tell them nobody code. They're not even using it.
You're not using.
I don't want them, don't you know how to code? 206 ain't teach you how to code. Right. But they only taught them because they want them to know so that they can use them in the future. Because if they have an early knowledge of it, it's not going to be hard for them to learn because they already got the basics. The basics. So they have this platform called Sora, S-O-R-A. If you've ever seen them funny videos that they show like with the dogs and stuff, that's one of the platforms that they use. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, but then they can put those down.
Yeah. Yeah. And they have so many different programs out there that can do that, and some of them are free. Right. You gotta get in there and do the research.
That's not,
It has AI in it, right? But you have to still tell it what you want it to do. Right? So I can put a picture of me on a template that's in there. They have templates, right? And you just say, oh, use this image and make me twerk, right? That's so stupid science. You know, but you can create stories, right? And those systems will create those stories. And you can say, okay, I want it to look like this. I want the sky to look like this. We have visions of our lives that we're not living. Let's create them. You understand? Let's put something out there that our kids can watch and be like, oh, wow. Well, that's how it really is. That's how it was. Because who won't tell them? Who won't tell our story? They don't tell our stories right. No. You know? And we have to teach them. I can't get my grandkids to do none of this. None of it. They don't want to do it. I said, I got images for days. I got thousands of images that I created. I send it to them. Make something out of this and make you some money. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's all right. Okay, because I'm going to do it. Regardless if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be holding on to my money after I do it. Because you had a chance and the opportunity to be in on it with me. Had a chance and the opportunity to help me. I gave you images to use for yourself. I did the hard part for you already. I gave you the foundation. I gave you an image. I got a picture. That's the first day. Right? Midjourney. They have like a $10 subscription. So with Midjourney, it's two ways that you can use Midjourney. They have Discord. I know you heard of Discord before. I don't use Discord. I don't like Discord. It's too many races on Discord. And it takes so long for you to see your image because of all of the people that's on there is their image. I go to the actual mid-journey site, right? Where that you can go there, you can see other people's stuff, and you can, but I don't have the subscription. I wish I still had the subscription, but I get the $65 because I've been doing a lot of stuff, y'all. So, y'all, I've been in there for days just typing up stuff and creating stuff, stealing people's prompts. Which you can't sell the prompts, and the prompts are free, but because the people that were creating the prompts were like artists, right, and people were stealing their work, they stopped putting the prompts on there. I haven't seen a prompt since I've been back on there in 2026, right? But I told her I got some prompts.
You already got.
Yeah, I got some prompts. I got some printed out. I got some on the device. And I just didn't put them together because I didn't know what you guys was going to be interested in it. So, do you have any questions? No, I haven't. So, my original drawings, the ones that I showed you, they are copyrighted. So I did copyright them first before I started putting them into the AI and stuff like that. But I have a whole lot of stuff. And I just recently tried to do the copyright with everything. I hope they accept it. Right? If not, I'm just gonna have to just redo it over. Right, but I sent them like 200 and something. It was supposed to be 20. You know, but when it comes to Windows, Microsoft has a lot of design things, Adobe, Photoshop. I don't know how to use none of them. None of them. But I would say invest in learning how to use it. Because you never know when you're going to need it. Yes.
And those big conventions at the library, they have those times at the library, people pay all that.
The Procreate?
Yeah, they have all that at the library. One of 40 Street Avenue.
Uh-huh.
It's $5 for 40 Street, they have all that.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. So maybe y'all can go there and well, who knows how many people is in there doing that, but get into the research of tech. So I have some subscriptions on YouTube of upcoming technology, right? There's this Exploration Earth 2050, 2030. If you watch that, they'll tell you about all the new tech that's coming out. Companies that's producing them and what they're going to do with them. It's very interesting. It's E-Exploration or it's Exploration. 2030, 2050. They tell you about the medical field. They tell you about
They had a whole robot come to the Mount Sinai Hospital, was asking the robot all these questions, and she was blinking and talking, making facial expressions, and I'm like, what the freak? And then the doctor asked the question, like, if a patient, if a person comes to you and asks you what is their diagnosis, getting certain symptoms, would you be able to assist with treatment? And they said no, but we can. And
well, they're already using them in surgery.
they're trying to robotics.
Yeah.
Surgery, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it to that point,
Yeah.
they were at the point, they
Yeah.
want to be.
In surgery. Yes.
And also, if you're interested, they also have a company called Pursuit, as long as it's clean, where you can take blood and making sure they'll help us do medication and they do all this, and it's for food. And then after.
But look where it's at though. Look where it's at.
But it's a very good program because it's a very good program because I think it is very good and it teaches you about like AI, all these things, and you can get to build your own stuff. Yeah, I think people like that.
But who are the communities in Queens?
Yeah, but sometimes you have to go outside.
No, I'm speaking in specifics about where it is and where it's not. Right.
But I think you would be interested in something like that and you go and then you can do that to us.
Because Queens is someone considered middle class
Yeah.
Yes.
when it comes to barriers.
I'm pretty sure that's in
Right.
that area. Not the,
Right.
not to be out of the house.
Right, right. So, housing has this thing called REES, REES, I think something like that, on their website.
That robot thing.
Most of those classes are in other boroughs, they're not in Manhattan. You know? So you have to travel from Manhattan, it's the hub for everything. You come to Manhattan to do everything, to see everything, it's where the museums at, it's where the Broadway is at. Oh, yeah, yeah. She was there at your hospital? Yeah, just listen. Lobby. Listen, follow these tech people, right? Because they like 100 years ahead of us with this technology. We don't have to be in it, we just gotta know how to use it. You understand? So if it's being used against us, we know how to combat it. You know, so this is what we have to do. This is what our kids is outside looking stupid. They're not teaching it to them in school. And this AI is taking our jobs, where are their jobs? Right? So what they gonna do?
And now for the time, would you notice that if they teach it to the kids, it's better now that you notice that every kid you look at control of has these habits or stuff. Oh, yeah. Right. And it's that on.
Right, well, I did it with mine. I ain't gonna lie. I put them on the computer at 3 years old.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yes, they're ready.
There's not a tech.
They know how to back out.
Right, because that is their future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their future.
Yes.
You understand? We have to prepare them for that. You know, I'm dealing with 20, 19, and 20-year-olds right now. They can't get a job.
And he's
And they don't see
even into them to keep them quiet.
Yeah,
That's all. And I'm really looking at what this is really
How they can get it on.
Right, exploration, Earth, look that up, guys, because that will inform you. Yeah, exploration, Earth, right? It was very informative to me, right? 'Cause I'm like, huh? Yeah, they have it on YouTube. It used to be on the Discovery Channel, but now everything is on YouTube. It's an X, then exploration, Earth. Now, yeah, because it's all the corporations and companies. Now, when we speak of companies and corporations, the one thing that we don't think about these companies and corporations is their research and development departments. Right? All companies have research and development as a part of their company. And the research and development will tell you what they're doing, what's coming next, and what's they're working on for the future. Right? Exploration Earth gives you a variety of things that they're doing.
Are you saying Earth?
Yeah, EART. Right. They got 2030, 2050. I think I stopped at 2050. But it's very interesting. Geography and tech, you know, because machinery really runs our world now, you know. And if we don't know how to use this, we're gonna be fucked. Really, really. If they can send them shits that they just got into our community, what we gonna do? We don't know how to fight them. We don't know how to be programmed.
That's like the movie,
Our robot.
yeah.
Right. That is so possible. Right? Like I said, Star Trek, the flip phone, because that was the first phone that we got. The flip phone.
Yes, it was.
And it looks exactly, and it acts exactly as far as how it opened up. It never cut, go, beat me up, Scotty. Back then when I was watching it, I never knew that I was gonna hold one of them things in my hand in my future. Now, let's go to a more present Star Trek. and what we're dealing with now. Remember, if you ever watched Picard or Janeway on Star Trek, they would go to the machine and tell the machine what they wanted to eat, what they wanted to drink, and the machine would print it out right there.
That's the pain of mine too.
Right.
Yes, Jetson, yeah.
We're eating 3D printed food now.
Yeah.
That's real. That is real. Your salmon, our chicken.
The broccoli. I had some broccoli. Yes, yes. So I have a question, and I just get kids. My question is how much data how much
Well, AI does the processing. I just tell the AI what I want to do. Now, to me, Gemini is better at recreating images from prompts than the rest of them. I like Gemini better to recreate an image. Like I can put an image in Gemini and tell Gemini I want to change the background to purple. And it'll recreate it as the image, but just make the background purple. Now, Midjourney is more advanced than Gemini, because Midjourney does imaging, period. Whatever you create, you can make a video out of it, a couple of seconds video like I showed y'all, right? And Midjourney can give you an idea of the type of motion that you can have and use in the editing software. Like, I'm trying to think of an Android, a Microsoft one. Because I've been using iOS. So iOS is Mac and Android is Microsoft, right? That's the two different ones. They kind of cross-platform sometimes, but not all the time. You have to make sure that the files are PNGs or JPNG for them to cross over from the iOS to the Android. Microsoft is Android based. Like your phone, that's Microsoft, Android. Now the iPhone, that's the iPad and the Mac.
So for you, diagram trade, things like trade, the opposite, the opposite, they was in order. They're going to be educated.
Painters?
Right. All of this.
No, I still think that they will be painters. Because people like original things. And sometimes a painter can do an original thing for you that is not digital, right? Like 3D, right? I've seen people do art with hair, right? They paint something and they put real hair on there.
Yes.
And then
That's why I guess
beautiful. Right. You don't want that digital.
Because that I answered that I'm from a different era, right? Where you want to be, where you wanted to be an actor, you want to act in school, right? And then you went through the process. Now it's just everybody's online. They're not. It's not a talent anymore to me. Right?
I told you I was so
Right. So
I just consider myself an artist this year.
even the people who go to Walmart, supermarkets, they have their own manual stuff, right? So the cashiers I eventually going is what I say if paying first will also disappear based on this.
I don't think so because we like unique things. Right? And like the hair thing. You wouldn't buy that digital. You don't want to see that digital. You want to see that in the flesh. You want to see that active in the hair. Right? You want to know what else they're selling? Crochet outfits. That's your era. Crochet outfits. They crochet hats, dresses, and earrings. Well, yeah, I gotta see that. You know, you can't buy that. You can't wear it. But when it comes to clothes and digital, they will buy those too. Remember I said you can do your sketches and designs and stuff?
Yeah.
In the metaverse, they wear clothes. So they'll buy your clothes so they can sport it in the metaverse because ain't nobody got that, right? Because they bought it from you. And nobody else bought it from you yet.
Right.
And somebody else is coming, you be like, yeah, I saw so-and-so on so-and-so. Can you make me that in a different color? Right? So that's what I'm like, get into that metaverse. Don't stop painting if you're a painter. You know, but some painters are selling their art online because they don't have the galleries to put their stuff on. Right? And again, the gatekeepers. There's no gatekeeper digitally. Right? It's where you put it. It's how you put it. How you make it available for who you want it to be available for. I told y'all, Afro community is everywhere. You know? And we think these places are third world countries, but they got booming economies in their country. People are still buying stuff. We just can't buy stuff because everything is so high.
That's right. They put all that. Okay.
Yeah, so where and how are we gonna make this money? It has to be online. And then whatever we do in the community from what we make online, that's what we do. You know, I'm tired of working for these people. I swear to God, I'm tired of working for people. You understand? Especially people that it's not even of the company. And you giving me the blues. So you can sleep well at night because I make you look good every day.
Yes.
But you don't give me the recognition, nor do you give me the grace of wanting to be a part of your team. You know, it's like they like that don't want to freaking work.
Yes. Oh, but I think it's a new norm. Yeah. And it sucks for people that work because you ain't reported to. Put more work. And now I gotta play stupid. Oh, I don't know how to do that. But when you figure it out, you know, I gotta play stupid.
I just think that's where I should be happy when I think about coming to it exactly. They were showing, my son was telling me about that at the job, and I said, no, they wouldn't be on the job. He said that if you show them that you know, what you know. That's right. No, you just do your job and just go home. You try to show them, yeah, I'm just like, oh, they start to get more in your space. Right. No one thinking about you just that. Just starts feeling over there.
Yeah. I mean, support. No, I'm seeing them available. Like, who is that? I'm going to take it teachers. I'm just the guy I show you every time. So look, this is one thing, right? So she's not interested, right? And it's okay. But you can create something, put that bad boy online and go about your business. You understand what I'm saying? Go about your business. That's what Jack told me to do. That's what the AI told me to do. He's like, don't make, he said, put it online and just leave it. Wait a couple of weeks and go back and check and see if your site has been viewed. You understand what I'm saying? Not paid, viewed. Because the more views you get, the more people that are getting interested. The more people that see it, it's more likely for somebody to buy it. But you gotta get it out there.
Yeah, true.
Right? So everything that I'm saying, it doesn't have to just be digital. You just have to make sure that you can digitally sell it. Right? Because you can do crochet. And even if you're a painter, you know, I see this guy, he does art with all kinds of stuff. They just doing all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
And you get to choose how much you charge. There's no middleman. So you don't have to pay nobody else. But, you know, people things that are helping you online. You got shipping and handling, you got to do stuff like that. So even if you're not creating something from the sites online, still create something. You know, take a pottery class and just create and design pottery. It's just so much out there that we're not able to have access to. You know, some can be 20, 30 minutes a day of learning. So online, they have this thing called CF. There's a COURSIB that they're promoting, $20 to learn AI. Like, I guess they're teaching you how to use all of the AI systems in 28 days or something like that. Guess what? Department of Labor, you can go on their site, Department of Labor, and you can get into their training sites. Some of them is paid, some of them is free. And get certificates and everything. Department of Labor, they have a site that you can go to for free classes. Let me pull up my resume, because I can tell y'all, Corsia, I think that's what it's called. Corsia, COURSEA. Corsia, something like that. And that's in the Department of Labor. I found that in 2002, during the pandemic. The Department of Labor opened that up for people. And guess what? It's at your face. Department of Labor. It's theirs. It's at your face. So look into that. I'm going to let y'all know about that before I finish it. Because we have to get into these things. If not, our community is going to keep going down and down and down and down and down. Because we can't teach them nothing. And they know we can't teach them nothing. So that's why they act like they act to go to the fight. What are you doing with yourself? You still here with me. You know? What you know? You don't know nothing. I know more than you. I'll be online. I know how to do this. I know how to do that with my phone. What do you know how to do? Oh, no, they ain't gonna do me like that. And none of them know how to do me. You feel me? Y'all gonna come to me and ask me questions. I'm the seniority around here. I'm the wise one around here. I got the knowledge in this piece. You know, like I had a conversation today with one of my youngest. He's like, Grandma, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. And if you don't start this now, without a job, you're not going to have a job in the future. Because the job that you're searching for to get now may be exempt in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's how easily it can be gone. And 5 years. And guess what?
And if he can press
Those things,
he can right along with them.
they're even using them for sex.
Yeah.
Yo,
That whole new thing.
virtual VR. That's another untapped area. I didn't even mention VR. But VR is like the metaverse. Who do you think are creating stuff for these sites? Somebody's creating it to put on it. Why can't some of it be yours? Why we can't have our own internet system that we use and sell amongst each other? Because they're gatekeeping.
That's exactly, you don't be thinking about little things that she said with the VR. When they're like you said with porn and all that stuff, like this is simple shit. And then think about going to every day, somebody getting it.
Does anyone on my, you said they have to subscribe to ask questions, right? Okay, well, my people that know me, I hope y'all, found this useful. But like one person. Sorry, Ty.
Look, all of them. Canva's also good, easy to use. Yeah, I got a lot of little comments on here. It's on Tubi also. That's what Kadira said. So Kadira was watching live.
As
Um, essence of a female, the intelligence and experience you hear from someone's story is incredible when they don't judge a book by its cover. Ladies, we are out of here. I thank y'all for watching tonight.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
She gonna be back now. It's addiction now. She talking, y'all. She talking.
Talking.
We talking again.
Yeah, next time I'll be more organized.
It's all right.
I was too nervous. I didn't know what I was going,
Y'all like tonight? Did everybody like tonight? All right, y'all. We are out of here. Love y'all. Good night.
Anybody have any other questions?